A new teaser trailer for the Wayward Realms titled A Lullaby has been released, this time looking to set the tone for dungeons and lore instead of scope and scale as conveyed in their first trailer. For anyone just finding out what the Wayward Realms is, it's an effort to resurrect the design ethos demonstrated, as far as 1990s technology would allow, in the Elder Scrolls II Daggerfall. It's a new, massive-scale, grand RPG by the original creators of Daggerfall, Julian LeFay, Ted Peterson and Vijay Lakshman, along with now a few dozen volunteers working extremely hard behind the scenes. The easiest way to learn more is probably through their Steam page, and following their Twitter is a good way to keep up to date. In this earlier trailer, although an effective display of intent in terms of its scope, it seems like the most polished elements are store-bought assets, while this new offering, which I'll play in a moment, relies on that a lot less, which is a healthy indicator in terms of its rate of development. Here's the trailer. Skip forward a couple of minutes if you've already seen it, or for some reason don't want to see it.
Hush your candy-striped lips, for nighttime comes. The soft beat of starlings echo like distant drums. Breathe more still. Close your empty, heavy eyes. Even the stars above are but half-remembered lies. Sleep, fool child, and while you sleep, waken and see the world that has been taken. Once swamps, return to goblin kin. Once 7, return to 10. When sheaves, towers, and stores, stone tremble to sarcanic roars. When the spirit blooms entire, when Dial bathes in fire, all truth and knowledge known, unlearn. Once lost and wayward dreams, return.
Who is the child who's being told this lullaby, because it's pretty intense. We'll go over what we think the lyrics accompanying this trailer might mean in a moment. Visuals first though. On the way to the apparent throne room are these 4 tapestries, presumably depicting some history related to the archipelago, the massive collection of islands where the game is set. This first one looks like a detail of the Bayeux tapestry from about 1,000 years ago, but I'm not sure what's going on. This second one I can't make out at all. The third one has a face here, and perhaps more faces above. The last one is clearest, maybe showing the 8 playable races, but we don't know. Then we get a view of the game's stone golems, and this looks like a really nicely constructed monster. I mean, I'm assuming it's a monster, perhaps the player can at some point summon one on their side or whatever. I like the angular single-eyed design. Then the adventurer enters a huge space and kicks over a goblet, waking up this Leash King kind of a baddie. And it seems like the golems wake up and start marching up toward the player from behind the camera. This event coincides with the line, "Stone tremble to sarcanic roars," and I wonder if this leash screamed sarcanically and awoke the golems? Overall, it's a nice, properly dark environment, infused with lore, or at least inviting questions that want investigating by the players. Now, the lyrics, the accompanying lore throughout this trailer, seems really nicely written. We don't know whether it's being recited to anyone in particular, or whether it's just an old Deckard Cain, Gandalf-like figure who's uttering these words. Let's read over what it actually says. Hush your candy-striped lips, for nighttime comes. The soft beat of starlings echo like distant drums. Breathe more still, close your empty, heavy eyes. Even the stars above are but half-remembered lies. I like that line. Sleep, fool child, and while you sleep, waken, and see the world that has been taken. Once swamps return to goblin ken, once 7 return to 10. When Sid's towers and stores stone tremble to sarcanic roars. When the spirit blooms entire, when Dial bathes in fire, all truth and knowledge known unlearn, once lost and wayward dreams return. It feels like the world is steeped in some great deception, almost like it's in the Matrix or something. And it feels like the truth of the world may be revealed in sleep. Sleep, fool child, and while you sleep, waken. And then the lullaby goes on to some, perhaps, indicators that the world is changing. When the swamps return to Goblin Ken, when 7 return to 10, I don't know if that's referring to races or switching from a 7-day to a 10-day Roman calendar week. When Sid's towers and stores stone tremble to sarcanic roars. When the spirit blooms in Tyre, when Dael bathes in fire. I assume Dael, Tyre, Cid, obviously we know, are places within the archipelago. And these events indicate some coming, perhaps. Some great reveal. Some prophecy. But yeah, assuming this isn't just a nonsense lullaby invented to stun children to sleep, there's a lot going on here, and a lot of... it's a nice spark for the curious-minded player who wants to go into this world and start to uncover what these things mean. Maybe there'll be like dream sequence cutscenes like they had in Daggerfall. I think when you got infected with lycanthropy or vampirism in Daggerfall, you had cutscenes when you went to sleep. Anyway, nice new wee trailer, pretty quickly after the last one as well, in a few months I think. What do you think the lullaby means? Am I anywhere close, or am I like completely far off? And of course, any other comments, put them below. I'll be keeping an eye on output from Once Lost Games especially, because the AAA landscape is a bit depressing overall. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. There will be a next time. There always seems to be a next time, even if I seem to disappear for months on end. I've just moved house, so things have been busy, so I will see you again as things settle down.